Hey, this is Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to do a layout share of the last 6 months, how many layouts I achieved for this year. I do want to stress out that I do have other hobbies that have really taken front and center. So the amount that I have here is roughly between 16 to 20 layouts. Some of them are double page layouts, which I don't normally often do. So it's been a nice change this year. I'm still really happy with the outcome of how much I've gotten done, since I am working on my inventory for craft fairs with crocheting, and I'm also learning how to knit. So all that to say is I'm really happy with this stock, and I can't wait to share with you guys. Something that has helped me be more successful is by creating, getting the photos ready to document, and also placing a sketch, and then placing the collections, kind of prepping my kit, if you will. So just getting a little bit of my stash and putting it off to the side, so whenever I get inspired, I know I can just pull out those photos, pull out that sketch, which I may or may not use, and I just go to town when the creativity sparks. Starting off with the 6x8 layout, in January I was still inspired to document some of the December stories. I actually didn't get to document many during the season. I think I have noticed that when December rolls around and the weather is kind of bitter cold, I get the winter blues, and I don't really want to scrapbook as much. I appreciate all of my memories after the fact, but not during the season. During the season it's kind of hard. Anyways, enough about that. So I work in a December daily, a 6x8 album for documenting most of my Christmas memories and my October Halloween memories as well. So this is a 6x8, and I really wanted to document this mug. My husband surprised me with it, and it was just so perfect to start off the season. I also had a gingerbread new sweater, and my daughter had a outfit with also gingerbread, and you'll see that in the next layout. I actually was just taking the sweater by myself when my youngest son jumped in, and of course I appreciate anytime they want to jump into my photos. Whenever I can have them jump in and be a little more organic rather than having to prep a photo is always nice. Comment down below, let me know if you document your memories in a 6x8 album for the season, or do you just do 12x12 layouts? I do happen to do a bit of both. So this one's going to go into my daughter's album. It is us being soft twinsies here in our matching similar outfits. I really loved the way this looked, and I just love this soft smile that she has on her face. Really loved working with the collection, and I know it's Echo Park, and I do believe that I went kind of based off a sketch on both. Alrighty, moving on to the next layout. My daughter says hi, as you can hear her in the background. Moving on to the third layout that I had created this year in the month of January/February. This is working with the Simple Stories collection, and I do believe I was also working with a sketch. I did not stick to it 100%. I did struggle, I think, a little bit coming into the season. I don't know, I feel like winter, although I love that over summer sometimes, I do feel like I really had hit the winter blues pretty hard this go around. This story is documenting my daughter. She was so sweet, so cute, kissing on my face, and then went on to full attack mode. It was hilarious, and we were just giggling at her so much, and I really loved her little cute red and gold outfit. Moving on to the next layout is documenting my birthday. My birthday is in January. I turned 34 this year. You guys, where is the time going? I used LE Studio products. I really love this pattern paper, and I kept seeing a cake out of it. I don't know what it was. I did my own crazy drip here of pink frosting because I'm a girl and we have to have some of that frosting, as pink frosting as the way, right? Some candles here that I went ahead and cut out of the pattern paper, and then I also went ahead and did some crazy amount of stamping here in the background, kind of like fireworks or confetti of a celebration. We went out to go eat, so this was definitely a birthday treat, and of course I had to get a photo with my daughter, since at this point in time I believe the boys were in school, so it's just her, so I have my plus one. Moving on to Easter, this is a double page layout, and I believe I mentioned it before that I like to do double page for the Easter holidays for the album. It's like a family album, and it was a bit different since normally I would place my kids opening their baskets and how we spend the morning on one side, and then the other page would be how we spend it with the extended family doing the egg hunt, whose house it was at, and just random photos of the event. However, for the beginning of toward the end of March, beginning April, my daughter got really sick. So sick that we were doing multiple visits at the hospital, and I really thought we were going to spend Easter at the hospital. I'm so thankful that the day before we made it to the back home, and although we did not get to spend Easter with extended family, I'm just grateful that we got to spend Easter together, all together, and not my daughter at the hospital. So don't worry, be happy. I'm working with the Doodlebug collection. I believe it is the Be Happy line. Although I have photos of my daughter clearly on the day of Easter, she's looking a little sick. I do have other photos of her in her Easter outfits looking so cute with her pigtails and her beautiful smile. So this is the left side of my double page layout, and I'm going to go ahead and grab in the right side. This is of my 3 boys opening their Easter baskets, and yeah, and we went ahead and got some candies, then some eggs, and we did it here in the yard for them along with their neighbors, just to make sure we did a little something. Funny note, I actually had bought these baskets right here for my planters, and since we've moved, we could not find their baskets that we used every year. My husband came back with these, and it was just so comical because it worked. It worked up until after the fact when my oldest saw his basket, and he's like, wait, those are your plant baskets? And I just laughed because we almost got away with it. Hilarious. Alright, you guys, moving on to the next collection. This is working with Doodlebug. I believe it's called Farm to Table or something, and it's so cute. I really love this collection. And so the first layout being my friend's birthday. She loves pickles. She does pickle everything, and jalapenos and hot stuff as well. In fact, when I was pregnant, I craved a lot of jalapenos in my burgers and grilled onions, and I always wanted like more salsa when we were eating street tacos. So she is my jalapeno loving friend that we were ride or die together. So when I saw this shaker bit from Doodlebug, I just knew I had to have this collection and to document the story of my friend. For her birthday, we got her a pickle basket. So as you can see here, a big stuffed pickle teddy bear, and underneath were pickle chips, pickle everything that we had found. And it was such a nice, fun story to document, since it was not just myself, but it was also my husband. He'd be like, hey, I found this pickle this, or I'm pickle this, you want to get this? And I was like, yeah, get that. And like, no, I don't think she'll like that. And it was so cute because it became a mission for us throughout the entire month to get random pickle items that we think she would want. I also placed some sunflowers and some honeybees, since that also represents my friend, and some cute little flowers on these banners right here. Her name is Blossom, so I felt like adding the flowers in fit in the mood. And then just again, all these beautiful words that reflect and I wanted to place on this layout. I do have a spot right here that I wanted to journal. One of these comes out. I'm not sure if it's this one or this one, but just to kind of, jot down. So I'm kind of shy actually to show this to her, if this is something that she may want, but I just really loved it. I had to document it when I saw this collection. Moving on to the next layout regarding the same collection of Doodlebug was this layout right here for my daughter. So we were at a restaurant, and I gave my daughter a broccoli tree, and she was just going to town. It was such the cutest thing. So right here I'm going to be placing my journaling, and I believe this was based on a sketch. I believe the sketch had circles in the background, and that's where I got the inspiration to kind of create a little bit of a scene here in different variety. So I have my circles here, I have my speech bubbles, I have icons, and then I have these little itty bitty cards. So I always call her my sunshine. Here I call these little trees when I was telling her the broccoli. So although this seems kind of fall-ish, I think it fit the bill. And then I love you from my head to my toes. Again, very, very pine heavy. Loving that about you, this collection. Just really, really, really love the way this turned out. And just something too here in the background where I'm going to do the a pocket. I have not adhered everything down. I placed an additional photo. I think that's getting stuck with some of the adhesive. One moment. Here we go. And something that I just want to remember from this time at the restaurant, they had this jalapeno honey chicken. Oh my god, it was so scrumptious. It was so delicious, and I need to place that on our list for meals. I ate way too much of it, but it was so good, and I had so much fun creating these little clusters of cute critters. Alrighty, moving to the next couple layouts here. Actually quite a few. This is a double page layout. Let me see if I can make some room here on this table. So this double page layout is documenting the time that we went on we went to the Renaissance Fair, and you guys, like I said, I normally don't scrapbook double page layouts, but here I am doing more and more. And guys, can we not stress how chic and adorable this scene building here on the top that I did. I love this so much. I love the way this turned out. Yes, Addie, I hear you back there. Alright, we're going to move to a one-page layout. You guys, this is documenting an older photo of my middle child. He has had been roughly between 5, maybe 3 to 5. Oh my goodness, I didn't get the date. He's so tiny though. He's 13 now, going on 14. Oh my goodness. That hurts. Anywho, so this is the first time taking him into the mirror maze, and oh my god, we had such a great time, and I just love that. I feel like that is the rite of passage regarding a parent, to put your kid through the mirror maze. Look at that smile, look at that. I have trust issues now. I don't think I used a sketch regarding this one, and I do remember like I was struggling quite a bit that I went to the previous layout to finish off, so I did go to this one to finish off because I struggled with this one, but then I came back to it and I had a better state of mind that I wanted to create a long cluster in the vertical and then the photos coming here. So I love the way it turned out. It was definitely worth the wait. So sometimes setting a collection or setting a layout off to the side as you kind of like marinate in it, you get a better outcome. Not all the time, but sometimes, you guys. So just a quick tip on that one. Moving on to another double page layout. This is actually the first one that I created using this collection. So moving off here to the left, this is documenting the time that I went out with my two best friends, and we went walking around downtown during the time the parade was out. You guys, I cannot stress how much I love my clusters, and although these two are documenting 2 parts of the evening, so different parts of the evening, I love the way they kind of coordinate. So I have my cluster here that kind of comes onto the second page to share that they share the story, and then a nice big cluster here. So love it. Love the way this turned out. This is where I'm going to be placing my journaling. I went ahead and used this as my title, and overall, amazing. I had so much fun, and I love the way this turned out. Moving on to the next layout here. It is a summer layout. This is documenting our girls trip that we did in 2025. You guys, we had so much fun, and I cannot wait for us to do it again. I created a little scene here at the bottom. Apparently that is my thing. I am really digging it, and if it's not broken, don't try and fix it, right? So I really love the way that turned out. This was a challenge to, well, actually it's the next layout that's a challenge, but I'll show that here in a bit. Yes, Addie. Addie, why must we scream, my love? What are we screaming, my love? Alright, moving on to another double page layout. You guys, this is definitely done on the simpler side. So the 2 summer collections that I brought in to work with for this go around only had chipboard, a sticker set that was on the back of the collection kit, the sticker sheet, and then a thing of chipboard. And all 3 had similar, if not the same, stickers. So as much as I really liked the way the stickers were, they were the exact same, and I didn't want to incorporate from one layout to the next the same exact stickers. So I sat on this for a little bit, really loved these 2 pattern papers to reflect this story that I want to document on a trip that we went to, the Lexington, US, I think Corpus, a little quick weekend trip. But I went into my stash and pulled out some older ephemera packs that I got from Tuesday Morning that I knew I wasn't going to be using because I never thought to find, and it was a lot harder at Tuesday Morning to find everything together. So I would just buy the things that look pretty and then never really use them because I had nothing else to go with them. So lesson learned, I like to buy kits now along with all the products that go together, so that way there's no guessing. But I do right here, which has a few of both of the collections. And just overall, I really love the way it turned out, and it is on the more simplistic side, but I still am happy that I got a story documented. And yeah. And again, this is some stories that were really old, since that little boy right here in red is my 7-year-old. So this was obviously 2019 possibly. So he was really young. Older photos are getting documented. When. Alrighty, moving to the last 2, you guys. I just want to kind of... This one is a bit very busy, and I'm not 100% sold on it. Overall, I love all the pattern papers that I chose, but I kind of wish I went with some B-sides, but I challenged myself to go with the collection, the pattern papers that I really liked, and I didn't want to pick and choose. Going back and redoing this again, I think I would have toned it down a lot more. And also something that I may change is that I feel like this white pattern paper, which is, I followed a sketch and that's how it kind of looks, and I kind of stayed with it. I may switch out this white paper for a pattern paper from this collection. I feel like it's very starch and it really sticks out, and it's just not complementing the layout. So I can see myself redoing this layout or just perfecting it to make me feel a little better so I can move on. And this layout is documenting my daughter and I believe in 2025, the beginning of the year. My daughter would wake up randomly throughout the night. I'm talking like 3-4 in the morning. So the title is Rise and Shine Again, and I have this cute little quote here. It's your world, we are all just living in it. And then here's the story. So instead of sitting there being like, oh my goodness, dreading the days, I'm just enjoying the ride. And that's exactly what I did. I keep calm and clicked on. That's exactly what I did, and it was just so fitting. I had to make sure that I used that embellishment right there. On the sketch, they had some sewing on there, and I do not have my sewing machine, so I just went ahead and grabbed my stamps that were stitching, and I went with black since I have black writing on here from the embellishments, and the photos were dark. So like I said, I'm not 100% sold. I will be working on this to improve possibly this background and going from there. But I do see some potential inspiration to kind of recreate this again. So tune in for that one. Moving on to the last layout of this share is the most recent that I've done in June as well. And it is working with LE Studio. So I have the monthly kit that I get every month, and there was a bunch of June cards, but when this card came out from that kit, I knew I had to document this story. Documenting the story is my youngest son riding his bike without training wheels. Yep, you see it here, guys. He learned to ride his bike without training wheels. So all these cards really fit the bill, and I really love the way this turned out. I love all the layers. I incorporated the red due to this one card here, the sights and sounds of summer. This kid will wake up in the morning and say, can I go ride my bike? Yes, sir. Yes, you can. It's good stuff. Play all day. So I'm debating if I'm going to place my journaling here and then do some stamping on these sentiments, or do my journaling here and then do a stamp sentiments here. or a stamp image. So, and then I may incorporate a small title right here, whether it be on this, if it's going to be multiple colored letters that coordinate with the blues or the reds, or do a small little title here. But it's going to say no training wheels needed. But there you have it, you guys. Those are all the layouts that I've completed this for the last 6 months of 2026. Tune in for future videos to see the layouts that I achieve for the next 6 months. Comment down below, let me know how many layouts you've achieved this year, and any tips and tricks on how and why you've been successful, or why you haven't been, and what you're going to do moving forward. Alright, you guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.